Today I wanted to cover, we've been talking about Facebook advertising. If you were here with us last month, we covered a little bit about custom audiences, and I've spoke a couple times live to some local venues about Facebook advertising, and I really wanted to dive into it today a little bit more advanced. Exactly what we're going to cover today is the right content to post. So here's what I was going to do, Devon. I was going to go into the really, really advanced like ad strategies, but I think I'll kind of encompass a lot of it because I want to make sure, number one, that you guys know the right content to be posting, how to get the traffic, which is the ads, and then if you're investing your money in driving traffic, to make sure that you're monetizing that and getting the best return on your investment. So that's when we go into the conversion piece, and we'll talk a little about some strategies on how to make sure that when people come to your website or your landing page, you're actually getting that lead. So the right content to post, how to get the traffic, and the best way to convert. So real quick, we're just going to jump right into this. So number one, content. So it's important when we're creating content when it comes to Facebook that first of all, can everyone see the screen? I want to make sure that we can, because I don't know if you asked that. Can everyone see the screen? I know you can hear us, but can you see the screen? Can you see
If
my
everyone
screen?
will type in yes, that you
Okay,
can
good.
see the screen.
Good.
Yep.
I don't want to get too far down the road, and, and people are like, "Hey, what's going on?" So it's really important when we're posting on social media and when we're creating ads that stand out, right? So that we're where people can see us. It's good to be relevant. It's good to make a statement, make bold statements, and also at the same time sell your opportunity or sell the experience. Recently, and I think we have. I don't know if she's on today. I don't see her on today, but I was recently visiting a pediatric dentist out in the Louisville area, Flower Mound area, and the really awesome thing about their office is the experience coming into their office and just being able to be there, and that's what we want to do is we want to sell the experience. And so I love this post right here. The average American doesn't speak a second language. Don't be average. So this is obviously an ad from Rosetta Stone, but you can see the type of engagement that they're getting on this post. 506 likes, 125 comments, and 27 shares. Obviously, this is a sponsored and they're paying for that traffic, but you can kind of get the idea. So this is a really great example of making a bold statement and selling the opportunity. Secondly, here, you also want to have fun. You want to be relevant. You want to make sure that you're not so stuffy and always selling your business, but you're using relevant ads or relevant news or events that are going on and kind of blend that into your marketing. So another one here is this is from one of my clients, Fleet Tracks, and they're say another Shark Week article. This one's for all the movie fans out there. So obviously it was Shark Week, and everyone knows Shark Week on Discovery Channel. And it says Steven Spielberg, Nail Biter Jaws would have been a very different movie if GPS tracking technology were available in 1975. So they're a GPS tracking company. So, you're just having fun with the ad. And you can see this one's got 81 likes and 3 shares. That's what we want to do is we want to make our posts go viral. I always love asking questions. Asking questions are the best thing. Like, so here's one right here. She's a realtor. Have you or your spouse ever purchased a home using a VA loan? She's not talking about, hey, I do VA loans and I think you should do business with me. Or, hey, if you're looking to buy a home, you should call me. It's just asking a question. And so you can see sort of like the responses. And from those responses, that's when you jump in and you start communicating with people about what it is that you do and how you can help them. But posting a question is the best way to start that conversation. And then I like posting pictures. And sometimes a lot of people will do quotes or we have one here from Henry Ford. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goals. Well, a lot of times people will actually just post the quote, but it's really cool to actually put the quote in a picture because now people will share this and they become a meme. And it's just really a great way to supplement some of the other content that you have on your Facebook page or your business page with some other pictures and whatnot. This is pretty cool. And then lastly, um, from a picture standpoint is using hashtags. I like using hashtags. So, a lot of people always ask me what hashtags do. Well, hashtags on Facebook aren't as relevant as they are on Instagram and Twitter. But the cool thing about this is there are companies out there, there are people that are searching different hashtags. So that in this case right here, People Axiom does hashtag sales, hashtag salespeople, hashtag sales team, inspiration, motivation. So you want to make sure maybe you're not doing all of those, but using a couple that are specific for your business. And then I said that was the last one, but this is one more. This is actually a big one, guys. So when we're posting on our business page or our personal page, it is extremely important to make sure that you're tagging people in your sphere of influence. So, for instance, um, coworkers is a great example. If you're checking in, so let's say you have a brick and mortar business and you check into your business in the morning, and just to say you're a dentist office, and you walk in the morning, you check in, you say, hey, it's going to be an awesome day at ABC Dentist. Okay, let's just say the ABC Dentist. That'd be a weird dentist name, but let's just say that's ABC Dentist. I'm looking forward to hanging out with awesome staff today, and hope you know come see us for your checkup, whatever. I don't know. And then you tag all your coworkers in on that post. Well, what happens now is now everyone that you're tagging, it goes on their Facebook page, and then other people get to see it. You want to make sure that you have a link to your website or some form or fashion. I love this one right here. This lady's a realtor, and she talks about a hot new listing, and she's tagging the people that she's collaborating with in this listing. And so now this listing is going to be shown on other pages. It's just a great example of tagging different people. You want to make sure you're doing coworkers, employees, partners, vendors. Also, you can tag clients, prospective clients, business meetings, things of that nature, people that you're going to go meet. But this is a great way. Obviously, you want to make sure that you have permission to tag people. I mean, you don't want to just randomly tag people and they might not like it, but the beautiful thing about it is Facebook now is set up to where if someone doesn't want to be tagged in a photo or tagged in a post, they can just go and edit their privacy settings to where those don't show on their things. So it's not that big a deal if you tag people these days with Facebook. It was bigger a couple years ago, but now they've changed it to where, and if people have a problem with being tagged, they've probably already gone in and set their settings. So I just wanted to cover this content portion real quick. It's important that people understand that there is a certain way to be posting content. Now, I know you have your normal stuff that you do, like, hey, I'm about to take a shower, or whatever it is that you're posting on social media. But I'm like, the things that I showed you right now are going to be helpful to help you start generating traffic and being more relevant and getting more post engagement when it comes down to driving traffic through ads. So that's where we're going to the next portion of this.
I appreciate you bringing up those different points, Sean, about the different posts as far as not just being, always selling, whatever it is you do, your service, your products, etc. We talk with our customers a lot about building relationships. We've probably all heard that phrase, know, like, trust. And Facebook is a great way to post different things in your industry that would educate people and help them out. So don't. Yeah, I love that part that you brought up about not just be selling your services. Have it, have that content either be fun, educational, etc. And then tagging those that are strategic business partners with you. That's an excellent point. So I appreciate you bringing those up.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is why you're here today. We're going to talk about traffic because leveraging Facebook to drive traffic to an offer that you have to generate leads. At the end of the day, guys, we're all entrepreneurs. We're all either business owners or we're in charge of our business, and we have multiple employees. At the end of the day, the reason why we're in business and the reason not the reason why we're in business, the reason why we're here today is to understand how we can grow our businesses. And Facebook is for me right now more than pay-per-click advertising, more than SEO, more than anything. Facebook is the highest return from an investment standpoint when I look at driving leads to my business. Every one of you that are on the call today, your customers are on Facebook in some form or fashion. They have a profile. They're looking for your. They might not be looking for your service. They might not even know they need your service. But if they see your service on Facebook, they see your ad, they see something that you post, they're going to click on it because they're interested in it. And we're going to show you how that happens here. Um, so this is a good time for you to take lots of notes because this is going to be, we're going to go rapid fire. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break away from this and I'm going to show you an over the shoulder look into something that I'm doing in my Facebook campaign as well. So I'm going to show you. We're just going to like go away from the slides and look right into my Facebook account. So all right. So here's what you need. Number one, you got to have a Facebook fan page or the business page. They used to call it a fan page. Now it's a business page. You got to have one. And you don't need one to like get rich on Facebook. It's not, I rarely even use my pages to for like posting and stuff. I do all my stuff on my personal page, but you need one to have ads. So you're going to create your Facebook business page. Number two, you want a converting landing page or website. So you need to have it's the net, right? The net where people land and you catch them and you reel them in and fillet them up and eat them. No, I'm kidding. But you need that landing page or that website, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. You need to be able to create ads. So at some point, you're going to have to enter a credit card number into Facebook. Yes, you're going to have to give Mark Zuckerberg your financial information, but I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. And then secondly, you're going to set a budget and you're going to manage the results. And it's that simple. It's a 5-step process. So let's go through it. So here's a sample page. This is a page this is a non-branded real estate agent page that I would do for like an area. So I'm going to show you another page here in a minute, but this is just for an example's sake. So here's a a fan page or a business page, and here's a typical post that I would make on that page. I just post a picture and I post a free report, 4 reasons to sell your home right now, a link to where they need to go, and then I put the title again. And then what I'm going to do is, if you'll see here to the top right, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click the little gear box and I'm going to say create ads. The next step is you'll see right here, there's going to be this list of things from send people to your website, increase conversions on your website, and to boost posts. So I'm showing you 2 different methods here. The first one I'm going to show you how to do is to boost a post and basically turn a post into an ad, okay, on the Facebook time feed. So you'll do post boost, boost post boost. I'm saying that backwards. Boost post. And right here to the right, you'll see it'll show your list of pages that you have, right? And so you'll have 1 or 2, or maybe you'll have 3 pages. I don't know. Like if you're like me, I've got several. So we'll click on the Coyote Ridge, and it'll show every single post that you've made on your Facebook business page. So you'll select the page, and then what we're going to do right now is I'm going to break away from these slides, and I'm going to show you how to do this in an actual setup on Facebook. All right, so here we have Your New Neighborhood's fan page, their business page up right here. And
look at these beautiful ladies at the top.
Look at that, great looking group of ladies. So I posted this an hour ago. Make sure you join us and learn how to use Facebook to generate leads for your business. So let's just say this was my post, right? Okay, this is perfect. So I'm going to go up here now and I'm going to click this little down. It's not a gearbox anymore, by the way. It's a little arrow. They change it like daily. We're going to go down here to create ads. Guys, this is so simple to do. It's like literally my 10-year-old could do it. Probably my 2-year-old could do it. So there's no excuse not to do it. So we're going to do boost post first. I dare you to say that 3 times fast. Boost post first. All right, so we're going to click boost post. We're going to click boost post, and then here we go. We're going to go down here, and you can see all my business pages that I manage. And we're going to go to where's yours at? You're in the neighborhood. I don't see it on here. Oh, here it is. Okay, your new neighborhood. Perfect. So now I'm going to see, and here's it shows us a drop down of all these posts here, and we're just going to select this one right here. I'm going to say continue. So our campaign name now is Your New Neighborhood Post Engagement. So man, this is like, so guys, I want you to like really pay attention here because this is huge. Now, for those of you that are like maybe think I'm going too fast or this is crazy, slow down, Sean. I need help with this. I'm gonna tell you a way that you can get my help later on toward the end of this. But I also want you to make sure you understand that you have two ways of doing this. Number one, you can go after new traffic, okay, or we can create a custom audience. And so I'm going to show you both, right? So the first way to do this, and this applies to any type of ad that you do. Let's say you're in a specific area, all right? So right here we got Midlothian. I don't know why it chose Midlothian automatically, but I'm going to click this little button right here, and it'll say Midlothian, just the city, Midlothian 10-mile radius, 25-mile radius, or 50-mile radius. But I want you to see the potential reach right here. Number one, let's take the United States off because I know there's not 4.2 million people in Midlothian. Oh, why'd it go away? Midlothian. Okay, Midlothian, Texas. Okay, so here we got, let's say 25-mile radius. Let's just do Midlothian. And we got 26,000 people in Midlothian that this could reach, right? So that's what we're going to go after. So then we're going to go in here, we're going to fix our ages because we're not going after 18-year-olds unless we sell product to 18-year-olds, but we're going after specifically for your new neighborhood. So we're going to say 25 to 65-year-old. Okay, we'll just keep it like that, and you'll see it went down to 22,000 now. What's popping up here? I think I keep seeing something pop up. All right. So here's one of the things that we want to do. We want to go down here to behaviors, and we can do residential profiles. Guys, I want to show you how powerful this is. We can do length of residence, likely to move, recent home buyer. Hello, recent home buyer. So now we're going to click recent home buyer, right? And we've got that. So what did that do to our traffic? Is it saying that there's nobody in the area? So let's go back up here. Nobody in Midlothian just bought a house. So let's do Midlothian 50 miles. There we go, 12,600 people. Or something kind of off with that. But we can go in here, and if recent home buyer is not a good one, we can change this. We can do, there's so many different things that we can do. We can even go in here and find out how much, we can do this by financial. So I can go in here and say financial, and we can say spending methods, how many lines of credit they have, active credit card user. I mean, there's so many different things. Look how much information Facebook has on you. It's kind of scary, actually. So anyway, let's just say we're going to do recent home buyers. We're going to do Midlothian within a 50-mile radius of Midlothian, and that's going to be our reach, 12,600 people, right? So that's great. So now we're going to come down here to our ad spend. Oh, so I showed you this way. So this is if we're just going after new people. So secondly, what I want to do now is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to show you how to do a new custom audience. So guys, this right here is super powerful. So I'm going to open Facebook into a different tab here. So Devon, what I want to do right now is I want to talk about custom audiences. We wanted to bring up as far as the your new neighborhood list and how to leverage that in Facebook. So did you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, the nice thing about the list that we give all of our customers, and there's quite a few of our customers are on the webinar this morning, so we give you that list every month, and you can actually upload that list into Facebook. And Sean, again, is the expert on this part here as he's pulling that up, but you know, there's so many different ways that you can use the list, and that's one of the reasons we're having this webinar this morning is to, you know, help teach our customers and those others of you that are business owners that have a database. You can use that database for our customers. You can use your list on Facebook.
Yeah, so let me show you how to do that. So this is real simple. So when we go in here, we're going to click this little down arrow and we're going to say manage ads. And there's a little area right here called audiences. So Devon, I mean, how powerful is this? Right? I was showing you earlier. You're like, what in the world? This is crazy. It's so crazy. Like, so that, like, the cool thing about this is you can create multiple custom audiences. So we're going to go right here and we're going to say create audience, and we're going to say custom audience, right? So we'll click customer list because we already have a database of the list. We're going to click upload a file, and all we need is the email addresses. You don't need to put anything else. So you make a CSV file of just the email addresses, or if you've got a list of phone numbers. I know the list that you get from your new neighborhood is emails. It's the name and the email and the address and all that stuff. But you can take that list and just like remove, some of the cells and just make it the email addresses. And so here's the beautiful thing about this. If your customer or the customer on the list used that email address to register with Facebook, they're going to see your ads moving forward. And so it's very highly targeted, right? It's super, super targeted. And now you can create ads that are specific to your client just moving right into the neighborhood. Like they're new to the neighborhood, or they just purchased their home, or so your ads can be like, just purchase your home, or kids new to the or your kids new to the school district. Make sure they've got a beautiful smile. I'm picking on the dentist right now because it's just so easy to do marketing for dentists. But whatever it is that you're doing, let me pick on a couple other people. If you just do me a quick favor, um, just put in your profession, your industry that you're in. Go ahead and type your industry into the chat box there, so I can just get a little idea of what industry that you're in. Auto repair shop. Okay, great. Auto repair is perfect. So new to the area, car, so is your car, something like that. Like, make sure that your car is up to par, or get a free, oil change with your first, whatever. I don't know what it may be, or whatever offer that you have. But you can drive your ads specific to people moving new into that area. So this is a powerful, powerful tool that you need to be using. So take the list that you get, remove those cells, just have the email addresses. You go right in here, you upload those right in here, okay? And so then what's going to happen is you're going to have your audiences right here. So let me go back here to this page. And so when it says choose custom audience, look what I'm going to do. Your custom audience will be in this little drop down box. And see, for me, it shows me I've got one email ad list in here of 24,900 people, and I've got another list in here of 18,600 people. So what'll happen is when I select this, now it's going to show my ads only to that select group of people if their email address, or if their phone number has been registered with Facebook. So guys, can you see? I mean, just type yes if you can see how powerful that would be to like laser focus your marketing and your branding on one customer. A lot of people are saying yes. Great. So yeah, we have health insurance, pediatrician office, auto repair. Yeah, so that's a great thing about this is you want to make sure that we're doing laser focused targeting for our clients. So once we've done that, so if we're going to do a custom audience, we won't worry about any of this stuff down below. But I want to now go down here to the ad spend, because this is really important. What you want to do is you want to set your budget per day. Now, guys, everyone thinks, all right, oh crap, now I'm gonna have to start doing advertising on Facebook. This is gonna cost me so much money. I can't afford to all of these limiting beliefs that you tell yourself, all of these negative things that you're speaking to yourself. You've got to wipe away that negativity, and you got to think positively, and you got to think of like, this is my business. This is an executive business decision that I'm going to make, and I'm going to make it with confidence. right? So I want you to just be thinking about that like that in your business. And I don't care if you're a solopreneur, if you're an agent working on your own for a larger corporation, you should have a marketing budget set aside for your business every single month. And here's why, because if you test month in, month out, if you test and you know I put this much money into A or B or C or whatever it may be, XYZ, you'll find out that X is going to perform better than Y. Y might be not perform as good as Z. Maybe Z performs better than all of them. But then the next month, then what you do is you go in and you refine whichever one is working the best. It's a process, guys. It's a process of marketing. It's a process of building your business. It's a strategy. It's about putting together a marketing strategy. So getting back to the ad spend. So I start up with $5 a day. I just start off with $5 a day. And why do I start off with such a low amount? Because I want to know how much really bang for the buck Facebook's going to give me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to run my ad continuously because I want to make sure that Facebook gives me a full 24 hours worth of ad spend. I want to know what they're going to do for me for $5. So this is just a great way to test a little ad and see how well it works in your business. Let me ask you a question. Just say a yes, or just say yes if this pertains to you. If you spent $5 on an ad in Facebook and it got you one lead, would you be happy? Just yes or no. Just put yes or no into the chat box right now. So we've got a lot of yeses. So that tells me that your business, what you sell as a product or a service is worth a $5 investment in just getting in front of body. So here's what I want to challenge you guys with. Everybody should know what it costs you on average to obtain one client. Everybody should know that number. It doesn't matter what business you're in. What does it matter if you're a salesperson or whatever it is that you do? You should know what your average, what it costs you on average to get one client. And why is it important to know that? Here's why it's important to know that, because now you know how much money to invest in your business in order to get where you need to be to the next step. So I always use the analogy. Hey, if I said bring me a dollar bill and in return I'm going to give you $10, how many dollar bills would you bring me? Well, the answer is it's kind of like cliche. It's like, of course I'd bring you as many dollar bills as I could get. Well, that's all marketing is. It's just ROI. It's just return on your investment. So I just want you strategically to be thinking like that. So I challenge you. I challenge you to go in. I challenge you to set an ad and go in and actually, put $5 in there. Just give Mark Zuckerberg $5 of your hard-earned cash and see what happens. So anyway, so going back to the presentation here, getting back to the post engagement, we're going to be specific on that. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you just a regular ad, which is really cool about this. So we're 33 minutes into the presentation. We're doing good. So you're going to optimize this for post engagement. We're not going to change any of this stuff here. We're going to go down here to the ad where it says create your ad. This is what your ad's going to look like. Okay. It just looks just like your post did. And some of the things that you're going to do is you're going to remove the mobile news feed and you're going to remove the right column. Just remove those. You want this ad being in the timeline of when people are scrolling. And I'm gonna speak to that here in a moment, why that's important, because you're using pictures, big pictures in post engagement, you want it to look like a normal post. The only thing that's going to be different from yours is it's going to say this sponsored link here. And again, guys, this is a promoted post is going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to get people to like your page. It's going to drive people to click this link here. It's going to drive people to like the post, comment on the post, or maybe share the post. Now, people aren't as likely to share a post like this because it's not really an engaging or a sharing post. They may like it or they may make a comment like, what is this going to cover? So if somebody went on this post and said, hey, what is this going to cover? That's a great opportunity for you to go in and engage them, right? And to start collaborating with them and maybe get them to be a customer offline. You might have someone say, hey, I would just like for you to call me directly so I can learn more about this. You never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to show you an example of that here in a moment. So Let me just do this. I'm going to go ahead and close out this screen. We're just going to exit. It's going to say, hey, are you sure you want to do this? It's going to freak out on me. Watch this. Manage pages. Yes, I want to leave this page. It's like, please, no, give us your money. So let me just show you an example of 3 ads that we did for, everyone's heard of Alpine Stereos. One of my clients here, we're going to show you, and they don't mind me showing you this stuff. I'm not showing you actually the back end. I'm just going to show you the front end. So so they sell stereos, obviously, right? So, these are just perfect examples of an engaging picture. And, we're going after guys. So our target audience is men. Our target audience is men that drive, big monster trucks, or target, so we can go in and we can actually find out how powerful this is. So for like the auto repair person that's on here, you know how powerful this is. I can actually go in and I can actually find out what types of cars people drive. And I can actually target every Ford F-150 owner in the state of Texas if I wanted to. That's how powerful Facebook is. They know everything about you. So this is a perfect example. So it might be cold outside, but you've got to see what's inside this RAM video here. Click the link, go to the page, and this is an engaging picture. I want you to see how many likes this got. 328 likes. We had 3 comments and 12 people shared it. This is powerful. If someone's going to share your ad on their own Facebook timeline, that means that everyone on their timeline is seeing it, and then it goes viral. I want you to see this. We had 14,680 people, because we did paid traffic to it, that viewed it, and then we had 616 people that were organically saw it, and this is from the shares. Unbelievable results. Look at this one. 97 likes, 2 comments, 1 share. This one got quite a few. This is the F-150. 290 likes, 3 comments, 2 shares. So you get the idea. This is a way for you to take your post and promote them, make them more viral, and make people see them. So let me just ask you real quick. If you thought that was really awesome, are you going to try to promote some posts on your page? Just put a little yes in there. Tell me you're going to promote some posts and do some stuff. A lot of people are saying yes. Some people are saying, I don't know, I'm scared.
That's why you start with $5, like what you were talking about. Just dip your toes in, one little toe at a time, right?
Exactly. So let's go in here to manage ads, and what I want to do now is actually, let's go in here. One more thing I wanted to do is let's create another ad. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go from promoting post to just creating an ad that's going to drive people to your website, right? So there's no liking ads and no promoting posts or anything like that. We're just going to send people to your website. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to send people to your website, and someone give me a website name. Somebody give me one of your websites. Type in your website. The first person that gets their website in here, I'm going to use their example.
Free promotion.
There we go. FastFrameAustinTexas.com. Here we go. Carol wins. So we're going to go www.fastframeaustin.com. Is that it? Cool. Loading website details. There we go. Great. So now we're going to drive traffic to FastFrameAustin.com. Now, Carol, just real quick, tell me what FastFrameAustin does. What do you guys do? Probably frame pictures, I would imagine.
They do. In fact, I was just in her shop a couple of days ago, and they do beautiful framework.
Okay, so this is great. So we're just going to go in here. We're going to click in here, Austin, Texas. Awesome. And we're just going to stick to Austin. And let's say we're just going to go after, I'm just going to say your target audience is 25 to let's say 25 to 65. We'll say all. No, well, you know what we'll do all. No, we'll do women. Let me ask you a question, Carol. Do you see most of your clients are, say, older? So most of your clients men or women, or is it a combination of both? 30 to 55-year-old women. So let's do it. So we're going to go 30. She says 30 to 55. She's like freaking out right now because this is awesome for her. She's like, we're showing her exactly how to do this. So we're going to say women. So look at the number here. Now we're going to reach 240,000 people, right? So this might be a little too many people, but we'll just do 240,000. No big deal. We're going to say interest. Watch this. Art. Do we have any interest in art? Did anybody show up? We got 6,900,000. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's see what this does to 3,000 people. I like those numbers here, but let's click out of here and let's just say hobbies and activities. Let's do art and music. Crafts, maybe drawing, fine art. Oh, there we go. Fine art. Watch this. What happens here? Oh, I love this. So we got 24,000 people in Austin, Texas. Women, sorry, not people, 30 to 55-year-old women that like fine art. We have 24,000. I love this number because we're going to be able to do some laser targeting ads. So let's go here now. And we got our $5 a day spend. We're going to set our start and end date, right? So we're going to start it today and we'll end it tomorrow. I don't really worry about times. That's perfect. Oh, that's a month. Hold on. Let's go to today is the 6th. Do it to the 7th. All right, we'll do it to the 8th then. Okay, there we go. You'll spend $9.79. So we're going to do clicks to website, right? And now we're going to go in here and we're going to create our ad. So there's a few things that we can do here. Number one, we can go in here and upload a custom picture if you want to. So obviously, Carol, for you, it's going to be maybe a picture of one of your employees holding a frame and actually doing something, or a really cool abstract of like a really awesome frame around the corner of a beautiful picture or a painting or whatever. But let me go in here and just browse library, because this is a really cool thing that you can do as well. So we'll go browse library and let's go look at stock images, because you can find stock images, and we'll just say art. So look at this. We've got some different art that we have in here. So we've got a gallery, some paint. I don't know. I don't know about any of these. So we would go through in here. We can just upload. So let's just do frame. Let's type in the word frame and see what happens. Oh, look at this. We got some frames. So let's just click some of these, and let's click this one. But anyway, we can go in here and actually click photos. We can add as many photos as we want to. So we'll just do 2 photos right there. Let's get rid of this one. So let's say we had 6 different photographs that you can do in here. What's cool about this is that the ad will actually rotate these different pictures. So you don't need to have one picture. It'll actually rotate the different pictures for you. So that way, every time it shows a different frame or a different picture. So you can upload as many pictures as you want to. And now we're going to go down here and we're going to choose our page. So you actually need a page to do these Facebook ads. So we're just going to use we'll just use Coyote Ridge for now. It'll say Coyote Ridge up there, but you'll have your page up there, Carol, right? So you want to make sure that you have your Austin Frame, company page up. And so now we're going to do our headline, and we'll just say, we can just say like art lovers. I don't know. Oh, it's telling me don't do exclamation marks. It hates that. Art lovers. Look, and it's already taken text from your website. At Fast Frame and the Westlake Gallery we pride ourselves on our ability to custom frame. So we'll just leave that there. I'm not going to really do anything. So let's say our call to action button is we can say shop now, book now, learn more. Let's just say learn more. And obviously we wouldn't have just this picture. You'd want like a painting picture in there. But I just want to give you an idea. So we're going to remove these mobile feeds and remove this right column here. Just remove this stuff. You don't really necessarily need this. We really want to optimize this from this. So here's our ad. Our ad is done. It's ready to go. So we have, this is obviously going to say Austin Fast Frame. It'll have, your information here, art levels, learn more, art lovers love more. We've got our address here. We place our order. Real simple, real easy to do. So we're going to spend, $10. I actually, we can go in here and actually set the times, fix the times to where it's actually going to be a $5. But here's what's going to happen. You're going to get a good understanding over the next 24 hours on what your return on your investment is on this ad. And that's the big thing, because it's about testing, right? So you want to go in here and look at it, test it, tweak it, maybe change the copy up a little bit. But I want to show you something that's really cool. There's this website called spyfoo.com. And this is a free website that we can that you can use. And this will give you the ability to go in and look at what other advertisers are doing in your niche. So let's just do art framing search. So this is beautiful about this. So I can type in the word art framing and I'll just say ad history right here. And this is going to give me ads that huge companies are using, like Michaels, all of these different ones. You can find out what they're using in their businesses, and you can actually use this as reconnaissance for your ads moving forward. So you can find out what other people are doing and see their different ads. And this is actually pretty this is a pretty gangster stuff here, if you guys ask me, because now I got the ability to go in and look at what other people are doing. Like America's leading custom framer, design your custom frame today. So you could use that verbiage. You can use that verbiage on your ads to find out what's converting. So guys, again, go to spyfoo.com and just and use that when you're putting together your ads. So so this is just another way of doing it. So the ones that I covered today, just to recap, are we looked at custom. We looked at the boosting your post was one, and then the second one was just running the traffic right to your website. So so let me get through here. And so this is just an example. This isn't the actual ones that I was just showing you. I just want to give you an example of some results just on a typical one. So down at the bottom, if you look, Wes spent $28.77 on one ad. I don't know which ad this was. And I had 74 people click the ad. So let me ask you a question. If you had 74 people click your ad, and you only spent $28.77, is that worth it to you? I mean, to me it is. I mean, that's huge. I mean, if you could spend $28 and drive 74. I'm not saying these results are going to be typical for you, but I mean, it just depends on who you're going after and what you're trying to do. So just give an example of that. So now I want to talk about converting, because all of this doesn't make a hill of beans difference if you're not able to convert the people that come to your site or come to your landing page, right? Because that's and I'm not going to say their name, but I had a client recently, and they wanted to drive traffic to their website. So I'm like, all right, well, listen, I could run Facebook ads to your page, but looking at your page with my experience, here's what I do know: you're going to be wasting money. And you might be wasting a lot of it, but they didn't care. They wanted to put $500 budget into 1 month's worth of Facebook advertising. $500 in 1 month, right? That's a lot of money. And so long story short, we were able to drive thousands of leads to their website, but only 10 people actually filled out a form on their website. So you're probably going well, it wasn't actually thousands. I think it was like 800 or 700 people or something like that. But anyway, that doesn't matter. But what matters is only 10 people filled out the form. Now, and I'm like, well, so in the beginning of this conversation to my client, I'm like, hey, listen, you really need to spend some money in making sure that your website is going to convert the traffic that comes to it, right? So we want to make sure that we have a high conversion net. So here's the way I like to talk in pictures. Imagine you go fishing, right? And you're a fisherman and you have a net. And you know exactly where their fish are at, right? So you're like, the fish because you see in them in the sonogram or whatever it is, that's whatever that thing is, a depth finder that looks into the water, and you see this huge black cloud right underneath your boat, and you're like, oh my goodness, we're about to catch all this tuna. And we get our nets and we throw our nets out into the water, and we pull our nets up to find that a lot of the fish have escaped the net because there's holes in the net. Well, I like to use that analogy in our websites, because a lot of your websites have holes in them. People are coming to the website, and what happens is there's what's called a bounce rate. People come to your website and they leave your website because either they're not engaged, there wasn't a specific call to action to do something, the messaging didn't work, there's something that was going on the website. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is converting. I know this has nothing to do with Facebook, but I would be foolish if I didn't teach Facebook strategies and teach you real quick about what you need to do with your website. So let me get into this real quick. Number one, a header. So I'm going to talk about a landing page here. We're just going to go specifically on landing pages. I think they're the best way, the direct response. If you drive people to an offer, it sucks them in to do what it is that you want them to do. Make sure that you've got a compelling headline or header or some type of messaging at the top. Make sure that you have a winning idea. There's something that's going to help them, build their business. It's going to help them move forward, help them feel good about the conversation. A call to action is critical. If you don't have an opt-in form on your website, some type of button that they press that pulls up a floating modal that has a form for them to fill out some information, you're wasting your money on Facebook advertising. Don't put your credit card into the system unless you have a form on your website or a phone number that you can call. If you have a phone number, if that's all you have is a phone number, right? Well, let me just back up. If you don't have a form on your website, call me, please. There's going to be a thing at the very end of this where you can get a hold of me. But I want to help you get something. I want to help you optimize your website. But if you don't have one, you need to get one. If all you have is a phone number, make sure that it's a number that you can track. You can track the number of calls that came to it. Because if you can't track the number of calls that came to it, or when people call that, you ask them, how did you hear about me? You're not going to know if your dollars are actually, if it's a good return on your investment to do Facebook advertising. What we do, right? So what we do is real brief. What we do, I always like to do what we do and how it impacts you. It rhymes. What we do and how it impacts you. So it's almost like feature, advantage, benefit. Everyone that should know, that's been in sales for enough time, knows about FAB, feature, advantage, benefit. And then the last thing is social proof. Put testimonials on your website. It helps people feel comfortable about doing business with you. Here's another example of a landing page that we did. You can see, click here for the free assessment, sign up. I really don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just want you to know that this is very, very important when it comes to, when you invest money into marketing. You want to make sure that you have a good net with no holes in it, because when we drop that net, right, because we already know that Facebook's going to find the fish for us, because we know where people are at. So we already know we're going to pull up our boat to this huge, enormous, school of fish. One thing that Facebook can't do is fix your net. And that's something that's on you. That's on your onus to do. So we just want to make sure that you do that. So, landing page. So where do you like, okay, Sean, where do I go to get a landing page? Or where can I, guys, I'll tell you right now, you can go to Odesk. You can go to odesk.com or elance.com or freelancer.com, and you can find people that will build out a landing page for you for pennies on the dollar. You have to just make sure and be careful. I'm not really telling you who to use. My company actually builds out landing pages. They're not the cheapest landing page on the block, but I guarantee you they will convert. And at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're using your money the wisest. So I always tell people, don't step over dollars to pick up pennies. I'm sure you've heard that quote before. So make sure that you spend more money up front to build out a converting landing page or website before you do marketing and advertising to your business. So Everybody should have some type of email database. I recommend Aweber. It's great to integrate those forms onto your website. You can start up with a free Aweber account. I think the next version of it's $19 a month. It may have gone up a little bit, but I mean, good grief, that's nothing to have start building an email database base for your business. So um, I think that's it. I think that's it. I want to open it up for questions. Guys, I want you to know that you can go to goalcrusher.com/consulting. Fill out a form if you're interested in learning more about how we can help you manage your Facebook ads. Or if you're interested in finding out, if your website's not converting, if you don't even know the analytics on your website, if your website up to this point has just been a big fat digital business card, and it's not helping you grow your business, fill out this form at goalcrusher.com/consulting, and let's set up a free strategy session, and I'll help you a little bit, and we'll talk about an opportunity to work with me one-on-one. So with that said, Devon, you want to open it up for questions?
Yeah, definitely. If anybody has any questions, now is the time. Sean, we've already gotten quite a few comments of people thanking you for this valuable information. Got a comment here saying very helpful, really appreciate it. So if we have any questions, now is a great time to ask Sean. And of course, if you want to go in depth more over the subject, definitely fill out that form there on GoalCrusher.com. And also, too, for everyone to know, if there were some things that you want to go over again through this webinar, we are going to be posting this webinar on our website in the next couple of days, so you'll be able to listen to it again. So I know for me, I can only take notes so fast. So you'll have the opportunity to review all this information again once we post this on our website, like I said, in the next couple of days. So let's see, Sean, do we have any questions?
I think Bill had a question. He was asking about the slides. Are they going to be downloadable? Yeah, like Devon said, it's going to be up on the site, so you'll be able to go back and watch. Let's see here.
Is there an FB analysis tool similar to Google Analytics? This is from Bill.
Yeah, so no, you'll go into Facebook, and in the manage ads section, you can go back and look at all your ads, manage the effectiveness, the traffic. I mean, all the numbers are like spelled out for you, and you can download those reports. And it's very simple. But here's what I like to do. I mean, you can get all into that, but it's what I look at the end of the day is results. If I put $5 into Facebook and I create an ad, and I want to know like how many people filled out my form on that page that's leading them to there. That's really at the end of the day the results that you should be managing right now from just down to the the lowest common denominator is I put $5 in, this many people went to my site. Now here's the beautiful thing about it. Here's what's probably going to happen, and this happens 90% of the time. You put $5 in, you set up an ad, traffic starts coming to the website because you can see how many people click your ad. I mean, Facebook's not going to lie to you. And you should have Google Analytics set up on your website. Or on your landing page, so you can see also from Google standpoint like how many people are actually coming from Facebook. And then what's going to happen is, one thing I didn't even cover is I didn't even cover the pixel. I didn't even cover the pixel, but we'll do that later. But anyway, so you can see, and you're going to be able to see how many clicks came to your website now, right? And so then you're going to say, all right, so let's say $5 generated 20 clicks to my website. So then all you're doing is you're going, all right, 20 clicks came to my website. How many people filled out my form? Period. And so if nobody filled out your form, then you've got a messaging issue, or you've got a call to action issue. This should marry everything should be a smooth flowing action. That's why I like driving people to a landing page versus a website, unless your homepage has a real slick, just a very clean look to it. There's not a lot of buttons to press, and there's a specific call to action above the fold. So meaning above the fold, meaning when you're looking at the page, it's right there. So anyway, Bill, that's a long way to answer. Yes, you can go in and look at the analytics and stuff. If you're interested in that and you're driving lots of leads and you've got a high ad spend budget, it might be beneficial for you to just hire someone to do it for you, and that way they can just report the results to you on a monthly basis or a weekly basis. And I'm the type of person, I like to grill a steak on my own, but there's lots of times where I like to go out and just pay for the ambiance and the environment and the experience of a steak and just sit down and have someone cook it for me. And I'll pay a little bit extra for that because I know I'm going to get better results. So I hope that's a good way of answering that.
We got another question from Meady, and this is a good one. It's something for us to think about for our webinar. And for those on the call, we do plan on having these webinars every month. And that'll be the first Friday of every month. So here's a question from Mimi that could be a potential topic in the future. Yes, do you offer a webinar that teaches how to set up the business Facebook page? So this might be something to think about in the future.
Well, yeah. So I will tell you. For me, they're building a business page is like literally like, I mean, it is. I know, and I don't want to make it sound like you're silly because you don't know how to build one. But here's what I do. If I don't know how to build something, I go to YouTube, and YouTube is an amazing resource for how to do something. So, yeah, if you need help building a business page, the biggest and most difficult part of that is actually getting a really nice photo for your timeline. And back in the day, it used to be like all these different timeline photos with all this call to action and stuff on them. But now Facebook has a new call to action button for your timeline, so you actually don't need that. I think building your page is really simple. So if I were you, like the best way I would do it right now is just go to YouTube and type in, how do I build a business Facebook page? And there will probably be tons of resources on there. But yeah, there's maybe we can do something like that in the future. Maybe some how to do that and timeline photos and stuff like that. We got a question here from Alex. Have a fan page with about 135 likes. What kind of ads should I start with? Alex, so like I was showing you the ads that you were doing. There's other ways of actually generating likes for your page. Here's where I'm at with that. I don't like to pay Facebook for likes. I don't even really think it's important. I mean, I know a lot of people will disagree with me. I don't even think it's important to even worry about people liking my Facebook page, because I think what's going to happen is it's going to happen organically. It's going to happen organically when people opt into your website or opt into your landing page to become a friend. I think you're going to be able to have opportunities, especially with your brick and mortar businesses, for people to check into your business. When they come visit you, you need to tell them, hey, check into the office. And you check into the office, you get a coupon. Or like our page. When you like our page, you get this. When they're on your website, somewhere on your website, you can have a thank you page, have a like box on your thank you page. There's different things that you can do to get people to like your page. I don't like paying for people to like my Facebook page because I think it's a waste of money. If I'm going to pay Facebook, I'm going to pay them to drive traffic to my website, to my landing page where I can make money. Because we're at the end of the day, it's all about making money. We got to make some money. We got to build our business so we can invest the money back into our business to grow it and get more business. So, but Alex, I will tell you, when you boost your post, it's going to have ability to like your page up there on the top of that. So there's different ways of doing it. Any other questions?
I think that's wrapping it up there, Sean. I don't see any other questions. Do you?
No, I don't see any other questions. Guys, this has been awesome. So do me a huge favor. Go to goalcrusher.com/consulting. Fill out that form. Let's set up a free one-on-one strategy session. I'll just go through and dive in a little bit deeper into your business. I'll talk about an opportunity to work with me one-on-one. We just opened up a few more slots for our Facebook coaching program. and it's pretty phenomenal. And you guys, we also do web development. We also do video production for you guys that are local here. And I think we should do a video. I think our next webinar should be on video marketing. But I'm not going to throw that out there yet, just yet. So yeah, Devon, I appreciate the opportunity. I love our relationship, our partnership with Your New Neighborhood. Guys, do me a huge favor. Go, if you're not already, if you haven't already liked Your New Neighborhood's page or GoalCrusher's page, go just type in Your New Neighborhood into Facebook and type in GoalCrusher into Facebook. And to make sure that you like both of those pages, make sure that you go in and give a review on this presentation today. Put a 5-star review in there. We love reviews. We love it when people are giving testimonials about this free information. This is just a one way for Your New Neighborhood to give back to the people that are on our database, that are that hold us in our sphere of influence. So again, Devon, I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, no problem. And we appreciate everyone who got on the webinar today. And when you go on our Facebook page, we are small business owners too, and we're all here to help each other grow. If there's a specific topic that you would like for us to go over or you'd like to learn more about, definitely type that in there. Let us know some of the things that you're curious about, and we'll definitely look into having those topics on future webinars as well.